Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy here, wanting to share with you um, what I've been sensing. And I've been sensing a lot of discord or uneasiness or tension, stress of some type, like static, but a little bit more punchier in the air around me. And I realized that some of that has to do with other people's aggression. I live on a main road, and there's always people going up and down the street. I mean, unfortunately, that was the drawback of this house, but that was the only drawback. Well, that and no garage. But that's irrelevant. So, in any event, I sometimes, can differentiate between which house the energy is being directed from, or if it's coming like in a whirl, like if it's just racing on by. So if it's racing on by, it's like a car. And if it's like stagnant and just like hanging out like to one side or the other, then it's one of the houses that are around me. And that happens often. I out of nowhere get aggressive and I start to feel like mean, and I have to stop immediately because I know it's not me, because I would like flip from one to the other. And I've been extremely happy in my life lately, and I am very blessed and thankful to say that it has everything to do with my awareness, my higher ascension. I believe that I'm in my North Node in astrology, although I don't know how to read my chart. I haven't gotten that far. But eventually I'll figure all that out. I usually do figure everything out and then find someone to confirm it for me. And the divine sends that. I don't have to look far at all. As a matter of fact, when I started this journey, everything was just popping up. It was just being like dropped in my lap. And it was so easy to take control of what was being provided to me, because it was like in the palms of my hands, and I kept it tight, and I worked it in and used it and benefited from it. And that was the beginning of my journey. And after I embraced all the gifts that the divine gave me in the form of miracles, it led me to my awareness. So now I'm able to speak freely about the feelings that I've always had, because now I know what they are and where they come from, and that I could share them with people, because I'm not the only one who may be feeling, some type of discord or dismay that may be directed, from an outside source. Unwillingly, you're getting affected. You know what I mean? Because you're an empath, or you've got, some gifts. And I know that I can transmute energy, and I could read your energy. There you go. And your energy says a lot. So it's almost like, being able to look inside your brain to hear your thoughts, because your energy doesn't lie. Your energy is what it is. So I don't actually need to know what you're thinking, what anyone is thinking, to know how they're feeling. So maybe that's part of what I feel. Maybe I feel other people's suppression or their uneasiness. But I used breath work. I use breath work all the time to transmute the things that are not from me or do not serve me. So if it's my thought or someone else's thought that pops up into my head, the one thing that I do know is that I'm in control of me. So I have the ability to stop dead in my tracks, whether it's a thought or a step. And I could decide right then and there if I want to continue that road, that path, that feeling, or do I want to switch it and change it to a more soothing, more appealing feeling for me. And I do that in mid-step whenever I need to. Because the one thing that I have learned is that it's always good to visit a place, but it's really not for you to stay there. You know, like when I visited, okay, the Shadows, because I went and I hung out there for 20 years, probably a little bit more, and I did that because I don't want to say afraid, but maybe I was afraid. It was my ego telling me, so it could very well have been fear, which was an illusion, which I didn't know at the time. And I thought that I felt at the time that my life was going nowhere, and I was surrounded by people that had no interest in bettering their own life, let alone working as a team with me, or, another person for that matter. It didn't even have to be me. Do you know what I mean? Just better your life. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And I became more and more, depressed, functioning depressed. And I lived life through repetition in the 3D. And then I was given a really good reason to step out. And because only you can step out of whatever you place yourself in. And when you feel that, when you think that, when you say that, anything negative or positive over a course of time, that's what the universe is going to attract to you. So for such a long time, that's where I was. So for a long time, that's what the universe kept sending me. But then one day, the universe was tired of waiting for me to figure out that, it wasn't working and that I wasn't living and that life wasn't meant to be spent inside of your own head alone with no human contact. Life was never meant to be spent that way. We were meant to have adventures and to have love and to have laughter and to have fun and to be responsible and to achieve and to ascend and to always be aware and be active in our own life and not exist within it. And I don't know if the divine said okay and sent my salvation to me in the form of a man who knocked me off my feet. And instantly, I walked out of the shadows. He knocked on the door, I answered it, and he smiled at me, and I fell backwards. And as I came forward and stood up and regained myself and stepped up to balance, right? I was walking out of the shadows and I was walking into the light, and it was all around me, and it was that quickly, that instantaneously. So I fully know that the divine allowed or looked the other way when a member of my soul team came and saved me and gave me the ability to save myself after I walked through the light, back into the light. And all of that was given to me so that I could help you. Maybe I might not be a soul member close to you in your tribe, but what I am is a bright, shining star that will light your way and lead you from the darkness and take away all your shadows and illuminate, sadly, your pain or your hurt. But it's only for you to see, for you to recognize, for you to work on, for you to embrace, because each part of you makes up who you are, good, bad, or indifferent. And we were always meant to struggle, to fall, but we were always expected, like your heart just beats, right? To get back up and keep doing it until you no longer fall. And that's a lifelong journey, because there will always be temptations out there. There will always be something that's going to try to pull you backwards. But once you reach a certain level, nothing can touch you. Only you. So keep your heart filled with love and your thoughts clear, focused, and bright. And keep your aura clean and strong. Allow love into your life. Love of you, like love yourself, so that you could love others. And they can love you the way you should be loved by another. Because that is true. You know, how we feel about ourselves is what we attract. So, all the lessons that you've learned so far have all been valuable and leading you to where you are today. Be brave. Continue to step forward. Continue to ascend. And spread your awareness. They'll all listen. This is the time to be concerned about frequency and being on the right side of right. Helping Mother Earth regenerate and regain some of what she's lost because of all the damage that's been done to her over the centuries. Mother Earth needs us. We need Mother Earth. We need each other. Each other needs us. Can't you see how we're all interconnected? I cannot wait to hear from you. So please reach out and let me know where you stand on your journey. And if you're struggling, don't worry. I'm always here to help. No judgment. Only love. Only encouragement. Unfortunately, everybody who knows me tells me that inadvertently I see the things that, they try to suppress. So please don't get mad at me if I find your pain point and I try to help you understand it, process it, forgive yourself of it. Not so much others, but to forgive yourself. The whole act of forgiveness is to lift burdens off of you, not them. Although that is a benefit, like the right hand and the left hand. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'm being silly. But you know what? I'm a silly person. And that's okay, because I love to see smiles on people's faces, regardless of how they get there. Well, my lovely tribe, I hope that I brought you some type of insight. I hope that I let you know that it's maybe not you, maybe it's something around you, or maybe it is you. Who knows? But you will find out all your answers as you walk your journey. And if you need me, I'm always here. I am going to be well known across the land. I already am. And my goal, my mission, is to be a benefit, an aid, a comfort, an ally, a tool for you to use. I'll speak to you soon, I know I will. Love you.